we are going to learn from a very young boy on how to evolve. And the first time I saw the graphics of today's event, and I was like, who is this small boy? So Sarah was telling me that small boy is a speaker. I said, God, am I a potato? No, I'm not a potato, right? I'm a human being. Yes, so, and that is the second speaker of today. And it is no other person than Promise Adeboye. Yes, you can stand while I read your profile. It's not easy. No, come and stand. It's not easy. Oh. It's not easy, man. Promise Adeboye is a young leader who has been making waves among his peers. He focuses on spiritual, moral, social, and educational growth of youngsters like him. He has delivered speeches in a number of occasions, both at school and at the church he attends. He has won medals and awards such as the best student in mathematics in 2 consecutive years, best athlete, and many others for his previous and present school. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the youngest speaker of today, Promise Adeboye. When a young boy is telling you how to evolve, you sit back and watch and be like, hey, God, I don't want to be a potato. Promise, we don't want to be a potato. We want to be promising.
Evolve. Thriving in adversity. I'm really thankful for this opportunity to be here and to talk on how to evolve. Mainly, I've centered on 2 things, and that is how to evolve in this present Nigeria and how to make Nigeria evolve itself. Nigeria is not the problem, neither is the adversity. It is the way you think. The mind is the controller of our action, decision, and feelings. It controls everything we do. If you put an idea in your mind, it will either turn it into a strategy or a tragedy. Your mind can do anything. Just place it on something. The mind is a dome. It's like a rubber band. The more you put in it, the more it expands. So the problem is not the adversity. It is the way you prepare your mind for that adversity. And the first way to prepare is to think ahead. During the COVID, my dad had an uncle, and that man, he heard of COVID, but it has not yet reached Nigeria. He thought of it, and he thought it could be a serious problem in Nigeria. Then he started investing in so many things. And during that COVID, he built a house. While some other people were looking for money up and down, they were running around. The reason is this: they did not think. If you think ahead, you would evolve. The brain is there to make you evolve. And to evolve, you would need courage. And that is a problem among Nigerians. We do not have that courage to say, Nigeria, you are great. Nigeria, you are going somewhere. We have the potentials, we have the resources, we have everything we need. Just push Nigeria out. Just use your courage. Have courage. Believe in Nigeria. Nigeria stands for something, and we are that thing Nigeria stands for. Only if we can bring Nigeria out. Nigeria is a great place, and we cannot take it anywhere without that courage. That courage is one thing we need to evolve, because evolve is undergoing a development, and you cannot develop without having confidence in yourself. You cannot develop without being courageous, and you need that courage. Back in the days, if you give an American $1, they would give you $2. But now, what is the difference? It is because the Americans, they saw what they needed to do. They saw they had their potentials. They knew what they could do, so they thought, and then they acted. You cannot act on anything until you have that courage. To evolve, you need courage. Evolving and thriving in adversity is something I love the most. I love that because it is telling us Nigerians, it is showing us something that we should evolve, and we cannot evolve without our country. Even if you go out of country, you will still be known as a Nigerian. So why don't you take this country somewhere? Why don't you evolve this country? Why don't you bring a new theory of evolution into this country? Nigeria is great, and that I know about it. I'm a proud Nigerian. I will always say it wherever I go. If I'm the if I'm in the US, UK, any country I go, I would say it. I'm a proud Nigerian, and I will make Nigeria evolve. Say, I would make Nigeria evolve. Say it again. You need that courage to make Nigeria evolve. Nigeria needs to evolve before you can evolve. Stop thinking it is the adversity that is your problem. Stop thinking that it is the situation that is your problem. No, it is not your problem. It is the way you think. The way you think. The mind is subjected to what you put in it. The mind is subjected to what you see. The mind is subjected to whatever you do. So do something that would make Nigeria evolve. Do something that has meaning. Do something that would make Nigeria a better place. Nigeria can only evolve when you evolve, and you can only evolve when Nigeria evolves. We are interlinked with Nigeria. We are linked with Nigeria, and we go nowhere without Nigeria. So the mind is what we need to focus on. This mind is something that is great, and we need to focus on that. The mind is going nowhere until you act on something. And don't be like, oh, they will think I'm doing something foolish. It is not an act of foolishness, but an act of vigor. It is something you need to do before you can get something. I love what Dr. Luella said. She said, it is not with great power comes great responsibility. It is with great responsibility comes great power. You need to be responsible for anything you do. You need to be responsible for whatever you have. You need to take your stand. You need to know what you need to do before that power will be given to you. You cannot be given respect until you respect yourself. The greatest nation in this world is not America, it's not the US, it is your mind, and that is why it is called the imagination. It is the imagination because it has the power to take you somewhere. It has the power to move, so I'm employing you. Use your mind for something great. Use your mind to make Nigeria evolve, and we will all evolve in Jesus' name.
Wow, promise. Promise is promising. It isn't promising to evolve for us. Wow. Wow. Please put your hands together for him. You know, when a small boy dropping punchlines like, No, okay. Maybe the thing is that when I gave him the microphone and he was like, evolve, wow. So this boy is so eloquent like this. Hey. Wow, please put your hands together for him. God bless your mommy and your daddy. Hey, God, he really said a lot to dropping punchlines. You come and teach me anyways, because I debate a lot. And that was really, really insightful. Thank you so much for taking us back to our mind, our mindset, and, telling us what we need to do to make Nigeria evolve. It is something so important, and it is something that we're going to take home, really. Thank you so much for sharing that. Please put your hands together for Promise Adebayo.